Hi everyone, and I'm gonna start this video here to talk about the PLCs here. Hopefully that's gonna work, but let's give it a try. And we're gonna start on chapter 7. Chapter 7 talk about timer, and we have three types of timer. One is called on delay timer. So we have something we call TON. This is on delay timer. And another type is off delay timer, TOF. And this one is off delay timer. That means if you have a on delay timer, it's easy to understand. If you have a switch to turn on the timer, then the timer control another load device. The load device won't come on right away. It's gonna delay some time. And this off delay timer is also a switch that controls the timer. When you turn it off, it's gonna delay to turn off something. So that's off delay timer. And then there's another type, it's called retentive timer, RTO, retentive timer here. So we have those three types of timer here. Now in Allen Bradley PLC, the timer is controlled by a field device like a switch or sensor or whatever. And let's say if we have those TON, TOF, RTO is already designed in the software. Let's say if you have a field device control a TON, on delay timer, and the program is going to be like this. Let's say this is going to be the field device. Let's say it's a switch. Certainly, it has an address, local, let's say local 1I data, let's say data 3. How about that? Data 3. And then you just drag this TON to here, and it will automatically give you something like this. That's a TON timer. And this one here, you gave a name of the timer here, and gave you something like that, EN. I'll explain this one here, okay? And then in this timer here, certainly you have a name timer, and then you have another value, it's called a preset, and then you have a accum. Normally the accum is automatically 0, it already gave it to you. So you give a name to the timer here, and this timer here, you give a name, and it's like a new tag. This is gonna be a new tag. So you got to right click on and give a name, new tag. Let's say I'm gonna give a name here, T1. That's my timer 1 here. Now this preset is a value. If you put a preset 1000, that's gonna be equal to 1 second. 1 second. So 1000 is equal to 1 second. 1 second. So there's something called a time base. The time base here is 1 millisecond. So that's why you put a value 1000, you get 1 second of delay. Now let's say if you put a 1 minute delay, then you need to put 60,000 here, 60,000. So 60,000 preset value is equal to 1 minute, 60 seconds. 1 minute or 60 seconds here. Okay, now this timer here, this TON, is something we call a base tag. You probably didn't, that's the reason that I wish we have more time on the machine. You probably didn't realize before that we have different tag. we have a base tag, we have an alias, we have some other type of tag. This is a base tag, just like an internal relay tag that we created before. And this base tag is going to be in the collection of address in the PLC, collection of address. And certainly, we know that input has a bunch of address. Output has a bunch of address. And this one, the TON, is going to go into the base tag. It's a collection of address. In fact, TON itself, once you create this T1 TON, it has 6 or 7 address. And those addresses include EN. So you have a T1 EN address. This time you don't have a data address. The address is named T1 EN. You have T1 TT. You have T1 DN. You have T1 preset. You have those address preset. And you have T1 accum. That stands for, accum stands for accumulation. That's accumulation of time. So you can see I already wrote 5 addresses here associated with this T1 timer here. You have 5 addresses. Certainly this address, the format of the address is not data 1, data 2, data 3. Rather, is EN, it's by a letter, EN, TT, DN, preset, accum. All those are very important. Unfortunately, we're not going to talk about this because in the future, when we talk about data manipulation, we need to use those. Okay, for those of you that are really interested in PLC, probably you want to pay attention to that. And today, we're only just going to focus on the EN, TT, DN, and we'll take a look at those addresses, what those addresses are going to do here.